Hello viewers, welcome to the GT3 Championship Group 2 race taking place at Spa. A bit of a rundown, 65 minutes, mandatory pit stop, both tyres and fuel must be changed at the same pit stop. That pit window is open for 30 minutes, so we could see various different strategies being played out. And we'll just have a quick look at the table, just to see where everyone's up to. So Johan, who had a good run in the last race at Hungaroring, he's currently leading with Melvin Garland just slightly behind, being very closely followed by Martin Bailey. They've got Peter LaFrance, Richard McKay, Rainer Berger, Uwe Tholen, who's not racing today, Daniel Britos, Mike Dealov and Petri Vitala. Out of them, who's going to win? Well, I don't think it's going to be one of them. Possibly could be. I'll give you a rundown in a bit, and I'll compare with Jonathan when I go into the stream. Just a quick look at the schedule, just to see where we're up to. So round 4 Spa, we've currently had Laguna Seca, Alton Park and Hungaroring. So Spa obviously is a quick track, but also I think one of the longest tracks within the game, totaling around 2:20 per lap. So who knows where it goes? I'll introduce my co-commentator, Mr. Jonathan Wood.
Hey, thanks mate. So yeah, I'm excited for this race. We got 33 runners. Like, what could possibly go wrong? What could possibly happen on that first lap? I'm excited.
I think everything could go wrong.
It's going to be great.
So what I'm on board with is Daniel Britos at the moment. So a bit of a rundown on where I think this race is going to go. Been watching pre-qualifying, and Danny Britos has been the quickest, very closely followed by Andy Goddard, Jaime Goddard. It then starts to stagnate a little bit, but there are drivers getting into the 220s. I think they're the ones who are going to be pushing for it. Johan Larsson, who's obviously leading the leaderboard, was one of the quick guys, but he wasn't getting them sort of times. He was stuck in the 221s. So I think it's going to be really interesting. What do you think, Jonathan?
Man, I don't know. I don't know how to call it, because I think they've got really the top 10 drivers could easily, do some damage. I mean, you've got Stefan Buckley, you've got Kai Schaefer, Melvin, Daniel has been absolutely fantastic. I couldn't get by him the other day in the KTM during quali. This is his track. This is definitely his track. Peter LaFrance, we know, is really, really good on this track. It's too difficult to call. And then you've got a pit stop, right? And so you've got to get that right. And we all know that I couldn't get a pit stop right this last week. I think I got it wrong 3 times. Really, really crazy. 3 different laps, 3 different races. So I just don't know. We'll see.
So we're on board with Dan as he starts doing his first lap, and he's coming down, entering Eau Rouge and Radion. So he's eased off ever so slightly there, and he's now on.
Yeah, it's a big lift.
Yeah, he's now on Kemmel, going to Kemmel straight. So this will be flat out in the McLaren. Probably getting to about 162 mile an hour, depending on how much wing he's running. Be looking to brake where the curbing is on the left hand side to get the car round into Lake Coombe, which is corners 7, 8 and 9. And you need to really get as much power down in this corner to get the drive into the hairpin, which is called corner 10 Bruel.
Serious trail braking into this corner.
Yeah.
You've got to get a really, really good exit.
And then into corner 11, cutting the curb as much as you can, getting the power in, trying to steal as much of the track as possible. And then foot down, pick your braking point and drift the car in for Purion, braking into the corner, get your perfect position and getting the power down as soon as possible without going beyond track limits. He's took that very narrow actually there. I think he could have gone quicker there personally. And this is now going to take him into corner 13, corner 14, which is Campus.
It does take a few laps to get the tyres into their operating range, though. Normally, it's not until the 3rd lap that you can really push it. So I think this is Daniel's banker, really, right here.
Yeah, he's just entered Stavelot, corner 15, and he's now into corner 16, for Paul Frere, with the little house on the left-hand side. And then this is flat out, and this takes us into Blanchimont, where really you can take the whole lot of this right up into the bus stop, flat out. Shouldn't have to lift.
This is a mighty corner, isn't it? Blanchimont. It's scary. If you get it wrong, it'll snap you straight into the barrier.
It will. and then it'll be hard braking after the white line about now, getting the car to rotate into the corner, trying to cut the curb as much as possible but not hitting the curb, onto the inside, and that is a lap, a very good lap, and we'll see where that puts Daniel. Obviously we'll put him on pole with a 2:21.0, so that's a good banker there. So let's jump on board with Melvin just to see Melvin's outlap. What will be Melvin's first lap, sorry. Mape Canson's done a 2:21.6. Richard McKay's done a 2:22.3. We'll see where Melvin goes out. Yeah, so Mark Stevens has just took provisional pole with a 2:20.6. That's not a bad time, that's got a pole time written all over it, that one, to be honest. I'm looking at 2:24, 2:20.5 for pole, I think. I don't think we'll see a 2:19 in the Group 2 cars. I mean, we'll see 2:18s on the Sunday race. He didn't really want to hit the curb there, did it, Melvin? But let's see how he gets on. He's getting onto the straight now. He's going to be in the 2:24s, I think. Oh,
I'm still watching Daniel, and see Daniel, he's about halfway around the lap and he's half a second faster, so his tyres definitely have come in. So
yeah,
but it's early days yet, isn't it?
It is indeed. So I'm going to sit on board with Jorgen. So Jorgen's really been struggling.
Daniel just crashed.
So Jorgen's been struggling with the Honda, the setup, because it's one of the cars that's had a massive overhaul through the version, and none of his original setups work, so he's running at this quite blind. He's already got himself into 8th place, and he's 6/10ths up quite early on. This will put him into the 2:20, so all of a sudden he's gone from probably a 0 to hero based on what he's looking at here from his times, and I do think he's just going to get faster. A quick hello to the stream. We've got Derek. Hi Derek. Andreas. We've got Don, Woolly Pie, Terry Howard, and our good old Nikos. And John Saunders has joined us.
If you look at the track map, and we got 33 people on track, 33 cars. If you look at the track map, there's a lot of cars that are very, very close to one another. They're not giving each other enough space, so you're going to get a lot of cars. If they don't sort themselves out, you're going to get a lot of cars that are going to be out of place when it comes to how fast they could be.
Yeah. I just switched the view then to Mark Stevens on the other car because he was 4/10ths up. He's just lost a lot of time. We're currently on board in the little window with Marco Lashkadin. He's also ahead, but he's not going to get pole at the moment, although he is now. So Marco's looking really good in the Ferrari, which is staggering because the Ferrari seems to have been struggling all week here. So he's really banging some good laps in. Let's see where, and there you go. No, he's nearly finished. He's coming round towards the end of his lap. No, he's not. He's halfway around. My apologies. Just misunderstanding where he was on track. We've got a nice little train of cars now in front of Jorgen here. So Jorgen's 6/10ths up. This is going to put him into the 2:20s, I think. And that'll be another car in the 2:20s. Now he's just lost out here. Just lost out, unfortunately. 2:21. So let's jump on board with Marco. So we're coming up to Pouillon with Marco. He's 4/10ths up, so this is going to make him a 2:20.4, which will give him pole, and that's the sort of pole time I was expecting in the Group 2 cars, a 2:20.4. So let's see where that goes. To be fair, that's probably quicker than me. Gets his braking point right. Get the power down as soon as possible. Get out that corner. He's 6/10ths up. He's going for a 2:20.2. No, 2:20.3 I think he's going to get now. And there it is, a 2:20.3. Excellent lap. We'll now go on board with Andrew Ambro. Andrew was struggling to make it, but he has actually made it on time. He's managed to get into qualifying, and he's currently looking to get in the 2:20s himself. I'll tell you what, Jonathan, have you seen the lap times, how close they are?
Yeah, they're
down
very
to
close.
17th.
Top 12.
Down to 17th.
Top 12 as 1 second.
All the drivers
and he's doing really good here. He's 0.4 up so far.
Marco's 2/10ths up again this lap.
And this is one of those circuits where, you know, once you get the rhythm going, you can be faster and faster and faster every single lap. And, you know, it's a long lap, right? So 15 minutes, you're only going to get like 7 laps. So you're almost guaranteed to go faster every single lap. So this is going to go down to the wire, definitely.
Yeah. So Marco's 4/10 up. Is he going to be the first driver? He's now 3/10 to get in the 219s and make me eat me words.
Straight into Group 1.
Yeah.
That's where it needs to be.
Tell you what, Andrew's looking at a 220.8 here. He's going for 4th place.
Come on, punch it.
Get that power down. He's 9/10.
Yeah, he's a second up. Brilliant.
Oh, you know, he's
Gonna
just
be on
lost
the
a
front
touch.
row, I think.
Just lost a touch, yeah.
Yep. T3. Good job, Andy.
Wow, brilliant. Marco is 5/10 up. He's going for a 219.8. 219.8. That's Group 1 material, that.
Yeah, it is.
I'll just switch to Marco now, just to see. Oh, he's losing time.
Bruce Hopkins just did a great lap. He's up into P5. He's only half a second down.
Yeah, Marco's lost all his time. He got a bad drive coming out, entering Pouillon, and he's lost what was 2/10. So he could still get the 219, but he's not at the moment. He's just shy of 2. Oh, he got a good break in there. Has he got the drive? Oh, he's just going to miss out on 219. Just going to miss out. 220.1. But, you know, getting the fastest lap and winning the race. Two different things, Jonathan, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Got 4 minutes to go, and I'm going to switch to who's also on a good lap. See, everyone's now got to the point where the laps are relatively decent. And
Johan is a third of a second up. He's currently in P7.
Yeah.
And
Stefan,
0.8 of a second down.
Stefan's 3/10 up. As he comes over the finish line, is he going to gain into the 220s? He does indeed. So that's now 8 drivers in the 220s. Danny Britos isn't being outdone here. Danny's not being outdone. He's 4/10 up, is Danny, so he's going for a 220.6. Have you seen the second and third place times? Both drivers have done a 220.607. Absolutely stunning, this. Absolutely
it's
stunning.
such a long lap as well. I mean, to have equal times is like stunning, really.
Look at 14 and 15. They've both done 221.502.
Johan is 4/10 up. Oh, he's gone a little bit wide.
Yeah, Danny's lost a bit of time as well. Still 2/10 up is Danny.
Yeah, Johan just lost all of his time, so this is not going to be an improvement on his time.
Kev Forrest in front is a couple of tenths up. So Kev Forrest is going for a 220.7. He's trying to claim 5th place. So that I'm half expecting to keep my eyes closed when the start goes, because
no,
first
mate.
corner.
No, mate. You're going to be wide-eyed at the first corner. It's going to be epic.
Yeah, but have you seen what I've been doing last couple of races? Dual cameras, front and back of the grid.
That's going to be... Well, you might actually need 3 cameras, since we've got 33 runners, mate. Hugh has made a 3/10 improvement. Oh, no, you know what? It was a invalid lap. Never mind.
Danny Britos is 3/10 up here. Is he going to get into the 220s? He's losing time. Oh, he's lost it all. Oh, what a shame. Mark Stevens, 4/10 up. And he's now looking to steal the pole. He's 5/10 up. He's half a second up. He's really got that Lexus working. We've got 1 minute of qualifying left to go. And we're on board with Mark Stevens. His best is a 220.6. And he's 4/10 up. He's lost a bit of time there. He's 0.38 up at the moment. Now he's keep going. He really does need to gain another 10th if he can. If he gets another 10th, he's going to claim pole. Now he really does need to get the power down. Yeah, he's gaining a little bit here, but not much, unfortunately. 2/10. Unless he gets a really good drive through here. Keeps it planted. He sounds like he eased off. That eased off has cost him. That's cost him his pole, that. Definitely sounded like a lift. Yeah, he's lost all his time. That lift cost him. I'm going to switch to Martin Bailey. So Martin Bailey's 3/10 up with a 221.0. So he's looking at a 220.8 potentially as it stands.
Hugh Morris is up. He's heading towards Blanchimont right now with 0.3 up. So he can potentially actually get onto the front row with that.
Yeah, I'm
he's
just
now
looking at that now.
0.4 up.
Yeah, I'm going to switch to
He
you
had
because Martin's lost his time. So on board with Hugh Morris now. He's currently fourth.
See what he can do down into the bus stop.
He's definitely going for second place here. Definitely going for second place. And this is the guy who's been saying all week he just can't get this track to work. What's the term?
Goes.
Sandbagging.
Beautiful, beautiful exit.
Yeah, he's definitely got
he's going to be in P. Yeah, he's got P2. The interesting thing was I saw him go down into turn 1 here at the beginning of the lap, and on the exit of turn 1, he was half a second up there, and he lost that around the back of the circuit. So Hugh does have the potential to be in the 219s.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting race. We've now got 9 cars in the 220s, and Peter LaFrance is 4/10 up. This could be the top 10 in the 220s. He's 4/10 up, which will put him. This will put Peter. Could put Peter third on the grid if he can keep this together. He's lost a bit of time here. He needs to get back to his 4/10 because 4/10 could put him third. And we've seen Peter once he's on track and he's going. It's actually quite hard to pass.
Well, have you seen his rig? It's not a surprise that he's hard to pass.
Yeah. I think his rig's as wide as his car. Man, you've seen his missus races with him as well.
I know, yeah.
It's amazing. I suppose that brings a new term to the word rubbing, though, doesn't it?
I can imagine her yelling, "Peter, get out of the bloody way, will ya?" He's 0.2 up so far.
He's lost now. So... He's lost it. He's lost a little bit. He lost
a little bit.
Yeah,
but look at the spread between P7 and P11. He only needs 2/10, and he's going to go up 5 places.
If he can gain under braking here, he could get third on the grid. If he gets 2/10, he's third on the grid.
Come on, mate.
He's gone in there slow. Oh no, he's gaining.
No, he's gained time. Yeah.
4/10.
Come on, punch it.
That's it. Oh, he's lost it.
No, he's got some good pace though. There it is. P5. Great job, Peter.
Andy Goddard. Oh, he got 5th.
Wow. Look at that. Top 15 basically are covered by 1 second. That is the result right there.
I really don't know how we're going to work this one out because this is going to be interesting. So I'm going to go to the intro and then we'll probably go to the track map before the race switches over. Okay, just while we're waiting for the grid to get settled, we'll just come back and have a little chat about the qualifying that's just taken place there. So the fastest time was a 2:20.1. That was at Marco. Hugh Morris, Mr. Hugh, as someone put in the chat, sandbagging Morris with a 0.282 off that time. Stevens was 0.482 off, as was Andrew Ambro 0.482 off. So both Stevens and Ambro had equal times there, as did a couple of other drivers. Yep. Gadeen, Marco Losh Gadeen. No, he's been racing start of this season. He joined us towards the end of last season, Marco. Yeah, he normally has someone else with him as well, Cedarson, I think it's called. And he's not been on track for a while. So there used to be 2 of them racing together. But I don't think Marco can race every week. I think he tries to to join when he can, really. So still waiting for the server to turn over. Everyone will be saying in a minute, the server's stuck. It's not, it will turn over. Right. Yeah. Okay, so let me go, let me get set up to drive. So I can do the quick sort of grid walk that I like to do. I'll get there. You know, there's a lot of cars to do the grid walk on. So here we go with the grid walk. And in pole position, we have Marco Loschgadin in the Ferrari. Brilliant result for the Ferrari, that to be fair. And then we've got Hugh Morris in the pink McLaren. And then we've got the first of the Lexus, which is Mark Stevens, and another McLaren of Andrew Ambro. We then have another McLaren of Andy Goddard and Peter LaFrance in the BMW. And then we have a couple of BMWs, Martin Bailey in the black and red, Bruce Hopkins in the number 60, Kev Forrest in the number 111, and then we're back to the McLarens of Johan Larsson. We then have another BMW of Stefan Buckley, a McLaren of Daniel Britos, Mappy Kansund, who had a fantastic result this week, getting his first podium in the BMW. And then we have Jorgen, who managed to get the Honda into 14th place. Well done, Jorgen. We then have Mike Dearlove in the BMW, Richard McKay in the Porsche, Kai Schaefer in the Audi. Bit of a surprise they're going for the Audi, but he's gone for the Audi. Rainer Berger in the BMW. We then have another BMW of Hugo Caballero. That's great qualifying that for Hugo. Jeremy in the McLaren. We then have Ozzy Ollie in the Lexus. And we have Robert Abando in the Porsche. We then have the Rusties, Bentley of Frank Tennant. And Lee Ellis is also in an Audi. We then have a McLaren of Thierry Ars, and that's the first Aston on the grid of Peter David. We then have a Bentley of Aaron Shannon, the white Bentley, and then we have the lovely colourful Audi of Dimitri Stathis, PJ Vitala in his usual Porsche colours. Melvin Garland struggled at the back in the BMW. I think we'll see him come through the field, to be fair, though. We then got the Ferrari of Richard Columba and James Parks, and at the back we've got Jorian Woosman, who's I think been struggling trying to get into qualification. So I'll go to the Helicam on screen 2. What I'll do is I will show you the back, and I'll go to Helicam on that one, but I will need to just click on drive on that screen, so just give me a second. I didn't really want that to happen. Drive. Come on. Click on drive for me. Oh, technical issues. Don't you just love them?
Always, mate.
It's because I'm sharing my screen. There you go. Drive if you want to go faster. There you go. And we're good. Technical issues aside.
There it is. Nice. Let's hope that everyone behaves themselves coming off the grid. And we've got 33 cars. It is really difficult. You know, everyone's got to get in their little green box. And as soon as you get out of it, you're in trouble.
Can I just say, those in the chat, please do not refer to F1. I've just noticed Krista's put a comment in. Krista, can you please delete it? Some of us haven't been able to watch it. I don't want any spoilers, please. I'm aware of what you're referring to there. There's other people who haven't. So, hi, Krista, but can we please do a non-F1 chat, please? Thank you.
All right, they're almost headed to the green light here.
They are.
And it's go.
I'm putting my hands over my eyes. I have no idea what's going to happen here.
People braking, going down to Eau Rouge already.
Oh, we got a bit of a push going on.
Oh, goodness. Oh, it's
chaos. Oh, no. Oh, it's chaos.
Oh,
it's chaos.
Like Group 1 last year. Or last season.
Look at that. Have you ever seen anything
wow, there's cars flying around.
I've never seen anything like it. God, who's that spinning, trying to get themselves going?
And there's still, I mean, this would be a red flag. This
red
would be a red flag situation.
Unbelievable.
They're still trying to sort themselves out. We've still got cars sideways
We have.
going up the Kemmel.
Yeah, that's Hugo. My word. I'm speechless. I'm speechless.
Yeah, oh, well, that was. Oh, he's going the wrong way. Where's he going?
Who's that?
He's doing a Austin Powers. I think it's time. Yeah, I mean, he's got a huge floppy bonnet there. So
is that Mappy? Yeah, that's Mappy
cancelled. Yeah. He needs to really just go back to the pits, just teleport back to the pits. Yeah, his steering is completely destroyed. So who's after all of this excitement? Who is leading? So
there's the lead. There's the front.
Yes, there they are. There they are. They're coming around the final turn. No,
you can see there we got Dimitri was going for a pass on the outside there of Jorian. Jorian's gained from last place to 17th place. Wow, what a position gain that is! Quick on the charts.
Yeah, Kai is in 11th. See as they go over the start finish line, we'll have a look and see who has made the most gains. You know, there's somebody out there who's basically made the Red Sea part.
I can tell you who's made the race gains. There you go. PJ 16 places, and in front of PJ, Aaron Shannon. Jorian 16 places.
Peter David 11 places.
Yeah. So I'm going to jump to this little battle here. Nice little parcel of 4 cars. Jeremy Rare. Jeremy's pitted. Jeremy's got problems, or he's decided he's calling it a day. So he must have vehicle damage. Plus Jeremy. Yeah, there you go. So Jeremy's going in. Melvin's gained because he was towards the back. Yeah, that was. I think that's fair to say that was a bit of a disaster. That one.
Yeah, the stewards are going to have a field day with that one after the race.
It's definitely. I mean, the first I saw was a car coming up, pushing another car sideways.
Yeah, he was going sideways at about 120 miles an hour.
Yeah. Oh, we got another car off. Andy Goddard's gone off.
Where's that? That's Lecombe?
No, he's gone off through Eau Rouge. Mike Deal has had a contact, as has Jorgen. So let's just see what happens with... Because Andy was one of the... I think Andy was one of the faster guys. He was looking for a good run here.
He's going into Eau Rouge.
Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it. Oh, that's a big impact into the tyres.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. Stefan Buckley.
That one's definitely not going to rub out, is it?
Stefan Buckley stopped on track. Oh dear.
Yeah, I think Stefan was involved in that first the first lap, so he's in the pits now. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 cars basically eliminated.
Just want to say thanks, Krista. Thanks very much for removing them. I was aware of what had happened up until that point, but Mr. Wood wasn't. And obviously, we don't want people reading the chat thinking there's and they've not been able to watch it. I'll be watching it after this. I couldn't watch it because I was preparing.
Yeah, thanks, Krista. I didn't see your comment, so I don't have the chat up, but I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm going to watch it after we're done here.
Well, Marco's looking good. He's not far in front of Hugh though, and yeah, there's a couple of battles going on here now. So we've also got another battle between Johan just behind these, where Johan's putting pressure on Peter Lafrance. So you can see there he's got a great run coming down. Source. You know, I think he's going to get him up Eau Rouge here, isn't he? Hugh's gone for it. Hugh, has he got the run? Now, which has got the most legs? The Ferrari. But look at the McLaren. Oh no, can't work it out actually. Oh, braking. Who's braking? Oh, look at that.
Who's going to give way? Is he going to give way, or is it going to be side by side racing?
Like me and you, John, the other day, eh?
Yeah, and that was great. That's
exactly what we did, side by side, no contact. In fact, Marco's losing places here. Ambro's going for him as well. You can see now we've got all 4 cars battling together here on this shot. So Peter's being pressured by Johan. Oh, Marco's definitely going to get a track warning for that. He was nearly in another country there. He went that wide off that corner.
Yeah, Hughes leading, by the way.
He is, yeah. He managed to pass him up the straight, that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
And Peter very wide there. That'll definitely be a track limit. I'm not too sure about a warning. Depends whether he eased off or not. Yeah, Hughes going for it now. He's going to put his head down now, Hugh, and just pull away, I think. Not much in the way of battles on track, though, to be honest. I mean, there's another little battle towards the back, which is Lee Ellis on Rayner. But not much really going on. Jorgen's pitted. So Jorgen's obviously received damage, as has Melvin, as has Thierry. We have lost 2 cars, because I think there was 33, wasn't there, or 34?
Yeah, we had like 5 or 6 in the pits, but it looks like they've gotten going again.
Yeah, there's a lot of cars with damage. I'm just looking at some of the times in the pits here for damage. There's a lot of time with damage.
Yeah, we still have, let's see, Pedersen, Melvin, Garland,
whoa!
And Thierry.
Whoa! Been an incident in the bus stop. So this is, let me go to Marco. So Marco, who was leading the race, and Andrew Ambrose. So Andrew Ambrose way behind. Marco's right behind Hugh Morris here. And there's been an incident into the bus stop. I'm not too sure what's happened, but there's been a lot of places lost. Oh, that's understandable there. That's a pretty... I think that's pretty clear cut. Ooh, that's almost a unsafe rejoin. Oh, dear. Peter LaFrance is now into 3rd place.
He's actually now up into 2nd.
He is indeed. You sure?
So it's all changed. Oh
no, he's not.
No, he was in 2nd for a moment, but now he's back down to 3rd. He's doing an over/under, and this is a 3-way battle for 2nd place. But I think Johan has the legs of everyone. He's got the fastest lap so far.
Yeah, I think someone's saying Mark Stevens has quit. I'm not too sure who else has quit.
And they're coming up to lap Melvin as well, so be interesting.
Stefan Buckley's quit. Am I right? Stefan's quit and Mark Stevens has quit, I think.
Guy to watch is Daniel Bridos. He's in P5.
He's behind this. He's there behind this group.
Yeah, let's see if he can catch up. He's 2 seconds behind this group, but I think it's going to. It won't take him more than a couple of laps to catch up.
No, he's just behind Bruce in the yellow and blue BMW.
Oh yeah, he is now, right?
Yeah, he's there. The light blue McLaren. Yeah, I think Stefan's definitely gone and Mark Stevens has gone. I think Stefan was the one going up the hill sideway, wasn't it?
I don't think it was.
Whoa, what was that going on there? Was that a back marker? Someone just flew off track then. Yeah, it's a back marker.
Yeah, that's Melvin.
It is Melvin, yeah.
He's come to a complete stop.
He's letting all the cars past, isn't he?
And here's Daniel. He's really up the backside of
That's
Bruce.
what I'm saying. Daniel's
that was
looking...
great.
Yeah, Daniel's really under pressure now. We've still got Lee Ellis and Berger going on as well on the little mini screen. Because Lee's looking really quick. Pedersen's gone off, or he's coming out the pit. He's just coming out the pits. Pedersen. Is Lee going to get Berger in the bus stop? No, he's not. That gap's just eased off a little bit. So we'll go to Danny Britos now. See what Danny's chasing down.
It is rather spread out, isn't it? I mean, don't forget, this is basically the first half of the race because we're still going to have a pit stop. Yeah,
well, it's the first 10 minutes.
yeah. It's going to be all change after the pit stops too.
It is. Now Kai has caught up to Mr. Bailey. Oh, Bailey there braking quite harshly. Looks like he caught Kai by surprise a little bit there. the new Audi. That's not a bad sound, that is it? Squealing its head off.
Fantastic, doesn't it? V10.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So I wonder if he's the Evo 2. He's controlling it well because it's quite a slippery beast, isn't it, the Audi?
Oh yeah, it will kill you. Definitely not the most forgiving car. It's really pushing now.
Krista's just saying the whole grid's going to get 10 place penalties. He's definitely got a good run. No lift.
He's not going to dive though.
No, that's not a move. That's not a place to dive, is it?
No. Well, let's see what he does going down a hill to Eau Rouge, because he's definitely got the legs of Mr. Bailey.
I'll go to Kai on the main screen now.
He's got a good exit.
He has. He's right up his chuff.
He's right on his tail.
Driving this Audi, superb. Tell you what, though, they're both quick up there, aren't they?
Yeah.
Ambro's going to make a pass here on Peter. Ambro's looking really fast. Mike Dearlove is making a pass on Petri. Is he going to make that stick? He needs a bit more pace there. Well, I think the Porsche does run out of steam a little bit, doesn't it, towards the end? Yeah, he's made that pass. And Kev Forrest is looking good on Dimitri as well. I don't think Kev's going to make Dimitri there, though. No. I think he realised towards the end and backed out a little bit. Them Audis are looking good, though. It's fair to say. Them Audis are looking quite tasty. Yeah, Kai's not giving up on Martin, though. He really isn't giving up on Martin.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of time before he gets by him. I think his problem when he went through Eau Rouge was he was looking at Martin. He wasn't looking at the circuit.
Yeah.
So he didn't quite make it through Eau Rouge without the lift.
Billy's saying the new Audi's nice to drive. Or it's got Aris is saying it's production car level brakes and electronics. So in other words, looks good. It's a fantastic, beautiful woman, but has got zero intelligence.
All right, so now look at him. So he's approaching Blanchimont, and he's almost alongside.
Oh,
this is going to get tasty.
But Martin twitched.
Oof.
Martin twitched.
Yep. On the edge, aren't they?
But absolutely, but that isn't it great racing?
It? Yeah,
no, look at the great. Look how tidy Kai is through there.
See, for me, that was a classic case of had Kai just followed him through Blanchimont, he would have set himself up to actually outbrake him into the bus stop. Instead, he tried to get alongside.
Did you see that then? Dimitri just nearly pummeled straight into the back of Peter David. he got, yeah, that was a brown trouser moment.
A brown trouser moment.
Right, I'm going to jump to the front on the little screen because we've got Johan who's putting pressure back on you a little bit. Oh, Kai there, just cutting the corner. He's got a cracking run, hasn't he? Look at the speed difference there. Kai's just pulling away.
He's got him. That's easy.
Yeah, he did cut the corner a bit there, Kai. I mean, he might get a penalty for it, a warning, but yeah, Kai's on a mission here, isn't he? He's looking really good for Kai.
He is. And so is Johan. So he was 3 seconds behind Hugh. I thought Hugh was actually pulling away. It was like 3.5 seconds a few laps ago. Yeah. But now he's got it down to less than a second. I mean, he's really is sniffing his exhaust pipes now.
Yeah. I'm going to put the gaps back on the tower on the table so people see the gaps. And Nikos says exactly the same as I'm putting it. I didn't even see your message, Nikos. I thought, I need to put it on. I've got the positions on there. You're getting through to me, mate, one way or the other. So yeah, Johan's really putting pressure on Hugh now, and both McLarens as well, so they're going to be evenly matched. It's all about drive and wing.
Yeah, and he's got a really good run. Once again, towards Blochimont. What's he going to do? Oof.
Oh,
No, they're touching. They're touching.
They're not. They're not. They're very close though. Hugh was pushing that to the limit there. He knew he had. I mean, Hugh was obviously in front, but yeah, and he's got to make the corner.
Yeah, he would have done a lot better to just give it a little bit of a lift and just follow him through Blanchimont in order to get, to the braking zone.
Tell you who's having a great race, Bruce Hopkins.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
And he's keeping Danny at bay as well. That's the battle just going on behind here. So there's Danny on Bruce Hopkins. So Bruce has got that BMW, and he's into the 221s as well. They're both running very similar lap times. In fact, Danny's the quickest on track. Oh no, he's not. Sorry, Johan was the quickest. But at the moment, Danny's the quickest on track by half a second. So Danny's on a mission at the moment. Let's go back to Johan. Johan's trying to get a good run there.
You can see where Johan is faster. It's in that third sector.
Yeah, he really pushes up to the back of him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know, Hugh's twitching a little bit. Just as he went over the curb, then he twitched the car.
Yeah, he got a really poor exit through Les Combes, and
now
Johan is challenging down into the right-hander.
Squeezing,
they're giving each other room.
Squeezing.
He's giving him a.
Look at that for racing.
Fantastic.
Pit window's now open.
Side by side still.
he's done him.
By. Johan is by. Nice.
He's took him on the outside.
That was great, respectful racing. Brilliant.
Oh, he's gone wide though there. I think this battle's going to carry on,
Well, for me, I don't know about for you, mate, but for me, it's I'm always faster if I'm chasing somebody. If I'm in front, I tend to go a little bit slower.
I said this
hopefully.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I said this yesterday on the stream. I said, if you see the car in front and you start gaining, it gives you more encouragement. If you're the car in front and you're looking in your mirrors, you start panicking. I said you should race yourself or race the car in front of you. And if there's no one in front of you, try to close the gap between you and the car who is in front of you. You know, the back marker. Always try to be racing somebody. I've said that before, Nico, about Hugh complaining. That's why I said Hugh sandbag Morris. All the complaining, he comes out and he's like doing really, really well. Hi, Paul.
The top four are doing kind of a concertina effect here because the top four are separated by just a couple of seconds, and Bruce is only a second and a half behind Hugh here.
Right, Peter's gone into the pits, as is Andy Goddard. So we've got a couple of guys pitting now already, getting the pit stop out of the way. It's very early to be performing a pit though. 45 minutes on one set of tyres for harsh racing. That's going to take some planning and preparation. That to keep yourself racy right till the end. I think we saw Andy Skelton do an early pit stop yesterday, and I think that may have influenced his tyres towards the end. He went in because he had car damage, which is fully understandable, but I think he started struggling with his car towards the end of the race.
At what point did he pit?
As soon as the pits opened.
Okay, yeah, that's a long time on one set of tyres for the second stint.
Mike Delove's putting pressure on Aaron here. Aaron in the white Bentley. Aaron's put that car in the right place, hasn't he? The Bentley's wide enough. The Bentley's wide enough, but when you put it there, it's twice as wide. Quite a good little battle, this. Peter David's putting pressure on Dimitri.
Yeah, and Peter and David, Peter and Dimitri, they race together almost every night, and so there's going to be a lot of respectful racing between the two of those, that's for sure. I
think Peter's another one of these guys who seems to have improved slowly and, surely, and he's now racing mid to front, whereas previously he was racing mid to back. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I talk to Peter quite often, and we were talking last night, and he's very, very analytical. He looks at every aspect of the car in order to make it so that it's a little easier to drive, so he can get some more lap time out of it. So, and yeah, he's improved a huge amount of lap time.
But we've now got Kev Forrest. So Kev Forrest was a Group 1 racer. And, and he's drifting it. Oh, he's lost a bit of time there.
Oh, dear, yeah.
Marco was going slow there. So don't know if you made a bit of a mistake, Marco. Marco was leading early on, is now struggling. Peter's off. Oh, he's coming out of the pits. That's fine, he's coming out of the pits. Peter's pit stop there was quite a long pit stop, actually, which implied he had damage. Kai's staying out. Kai's now in 6th place. And I'm going to jump back to the front. This is where the battle is. See again, Hugh cutting that corner. I wonder if we're going to see any drive-throughs today as a result of cars taking the wide road, the wide view, shall we say.
I've seen Jorgen do that a couple of times, actually. I was going to point it out. But, I mean, if you get to that point and you lift, sometimes it doesn't give you that penalty. But other times, it's really hard to call it, isn't it? I mean, I think both you and I, where was it? At Paul Ricard? One corner, we both got 2 penalties.
Yeah.
Just on one corner.
Yeah. Putting it across one way and take the right-hander on the other way. Oh,
yeah.
Dearlove's got Aaron this time, I think. He's learnt and he's going up the inside. No, but he's not. He's not. Oh, dear. Oh, that's unfortunate. Losing a few places there. He's just driving off. He realises the penalty's not worth sitting for. Which is obviously something that's been under discussion this week as well.
Yes, indeed. So no live stewards?
Yeah. Yeah, so we've Mark Stevens has joined the chat. Hi, Mark. 6 minutes 30 of damage.
And Hugh's having problems. Hugh is having big problems in that car. He's being overtaken by Bruce. No, not quite. He's all over the bloody place.
I said he was twitching in a few corners before, didn't I?
Yeah.
It's like he's
I think maybe he had a moment and his tyres are now overheated and he's having to nurse it.
Unless his tyres he's got completely wrong.
I mean, it looked like he had a puncture for a moment. I mean, obviously he didn't. But, I mean, he was literally snaking around.
Yeah, so we've got Mark Stevens has joined the chat as Stefan. I mean, I was pushed all the way up the hill sideways. So it was you, Mark, who was going sideways. We couldn't believe it. Was like, okay. It did look spectacular, I must say.
And here comes Danny on Hugh.
Yeah.
Trying to go around the outside. Let's see if he can get an over-under. Get a better drive down to Eau Rouge.
And I will say, Danny's one of them you do not want in front of you. Because he's one of the...
Bruce made it by Hugh.
Yeah, but when Danny's in front of you, I mean, that guy can defend. And he's probably... There's a few guys who are good at defending, don't get me wrong, but when you get behind Danny, doesn't matter what track it is, he's so intelligent at where he puts this car. He's absolutely brilliant, and you just cannot pass him. I think the other guy who's like that is Robert Abando, when Robert puts his car.
Well, with Danny, it looks like basically you're driving behind a combine harvester that can do like 180 miles an hour. You just can't, impossible to get past.
Just saying, Mark Stevens has got a motion rig, apparently. Apparently his motion rig threw him all over the room.
Oh, God, I bet. That must have been sick.
If you needed that on YouTube, Mark, that would have been awesome to share that. That's talking, adding a new dimension. So now, meanwhile...
Larson is pulled away by 5 seconds.
I was just about to say the same. Johan's managed to get away a little bit. Stefan, his direct drive wheel, tried to spin him out of his chair. Crikey, guys. It must have been hell of impacts. Mike's joined. Hi, Mike. You missed all the action. Lap 1. Yeah, I think this is where there's no other battles on track at the moment, believe it or not. As the pit stop starts to come into play. I've got a feeling, Danny's going to jump the pair of these on the pit stop. Don't ask me why. The fastest person in the pits at the moment was Andrew Ambro.
Let's talk about pit stops for a moment, right? So in order to get a really good pit stop, you need to bind a key for your
starter.
for the starter, and also for the ignition. Because when you roll into the pits and stop on your marks, you need to turn off that ignition. If you do it by auto, it actually, you'll sit there for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, so what I do is as I enter, I've got a marker where I know where to put my brakes on, and I press my brakes, and then I switch the ignition off, so the car comes to a halt. And then as the counter gets stripped down, just as it hits 1, I go to start it, and by the time it gets to 0, the engine's up and running. It's amazing how much time it takes. Now, looking at the times here, Andrew Ambro in the pits has been faster in the pits by anyone by, looking at this, by 4 seconds. He's 4 seconds quicker than anyone in the pits. Melvin was quick, stationary-wise, but his run into the pits was slow. Melvin's been stationary the least amount of time.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, mate. Daniel on Hugh. He's just going down the inside, going into Lecom.
Yeah, I think he's going to make it unless you...
He's going to make it. Yeah,
he's going to make it. He's gone deep. He's gone deep.
Yes, he has. Okay, well...
You're going to have to
give that one back. Yeah, you have to give that one back, Lewis.
He's done that. Oh, contact,
they're trading
contact.
paint.
Oh, that could have been disastrous, that. I thought the front was going to touch the back and we were going to see one of the cars spinning out. Right, I'm going to put the little window up now because we've got a bit of action. Mike Dearlove on PJ. Mike Dearlove's made the pass on PJ after his contact before. And he's gone wide. And he spun it. Mike spun it. Oh, what a shame. Danny's really lost pace here. That's moved Ollie up into 9th. Dimitri into 10th and Peter into 11th. Peter's moved up. So Kev Forrest, I'm going to switch to this. Kev Forrest is now on the coattails of Mike Dearlove. Does that cause problems with his tyres? Now looking at this, neither of these racers have pitted, so it's no loss on the tyres really. I think Mike's managed to get himself resettled, Danny. Yeah, Danny's not giving up. Like I think Danny's just taking a breather. I mean, if I was Danny Britos now, I'd be tempted to pit. Try and do the undercut.
I mean, he's got the speed though, hasn't he? And as long as his lap times aren't falling off, he just needs to get past Hugh. He really does. He's got the speed to do it. He's just got to use his melon. So right here, he needs to get a really good exit out of La Source, and he needs to be flat through Eau Rouge, and he can get him.
Question that Mike Moleskis asking: the guy in 15th's done a 2:23.6. The guy in first has done a 2:22.7. So there's a guide for you, Mike.
Yeah, and to put that into perspective, tomorrow in the Group 1 race, I expect a high 2:18 lap for pole position.
Yeah.
Last night, I was at a public server, and some bloke came along. I'm like struggling to get in the 2:19s. Some bloke waltzes in with his Ferrari and puts in a 2:17.5. And I took one look at it, and I'm like, okay, I'm done, and I turned it off.
Toys pram out. Yeah, quite demoralising that it's like that, isn't it?
Completely. Yeah. Where do you find 2 seconds from? I just don't know.
As I said to you before, where'd you find a second, let alone 2?
And actually, something else that we haven't discussed is that the McLaren and the BMW, both of them were bopped in the update this week, and they were bopped for this particular track, as well as a few others as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a few cars bopped, actually. It wasn't just them two. It was Mike Dealer's caught back up to Peter now. All those blue flags there, I don't know. Blue flags I thought was for Rayner behind. Kev Forrest has caught Rayner up. Yeah, there's a few. The Aston's got off lightly. The Bentley's had a bit of a bop. The Audi's got off scot-free. The Audi's had nothing done to it, I believe. What other cars are there? The Aston's got off lightly. The Bentley's had the same as the BMW done to it. The Mac has had 35 kilos. There's another car that's had 35 kilos as well, I think. Can't remember which one it was. There's quite a few cars included. And I'm going to jump to the front as Danny is gained back up. Oh, what a dive! What a move! Oh, he's not going to make it count, though.
He's gone off. Yeah, you can't get away with that. Now he's way off.
Yeah, he's that was very ambitious dive, that one. Crikey. That was on the wrong diving board, that one.
He went for it though, didn't he?
He did indeed.
He gives it a go, and it wasn't a dangerous dive either. You know,
No,
there was
I think
space.
Hugh gave him the space, and he did open the door for him, didn't he?
Yeah, and you know, when you do a dive like that, and you're the guy who's under pressure, you know, if you turn in, you're going to crash, and you've got to identify that. You know, hey, it's a dive. He's on full brakes, and there's nothing that he can do.
So in the little window, we've got Mike Dearlove chasing down Peter David. Mike in the BMW, Peter in the Porsche. That battle's been going on for a couple of laps now, and the pits are just starting to settle down a little bit. So, yeah, we've both passed Aaron. Aaron's obviously a lap down on these guys, but he has pitted, hence why he's where he is. But Aaron's had a good run this time. He's, I think he said the other day, he needs to stop binning it. He's so far so good. He's halfway through the race, and he's managed to keep it on the good old black stuff. Dearlove's still struggling trying to pass Peter. I think the pits is going to sort that out as well on that race. Well, he's got a good run here though. I'm going to switch to that run because he's got a great run there. Is he going to make the pass? He's going for the inside. I think he's a bit too far back there.
He's going to go. He's going to go. He's going to go.
Yeah, he's a bit too far back there.
Yeah.
He's sticking to him though. He's sticking to him like glue. I'll put the Britos one in the little window just so we can see where Danny's up to while we keep on board with this one. Marco's off. He's got a good gap though, so he's not going to lose places there. Marco's just gone off track a little bit. We've got 32 minutes to go, and half the cars are still yet to pit, I believe. Yeah, all the front guys are yet to pit. And there we go, we just started getting Ollie and Martin going into the pits now. Frank Tennant's yet to pit, as is Hugo. Hugo did have a great start, but it's now right down towards the back.
Bruce just pitted from second place.
Yeah.
So he's dropping down the order.
You will. Kai's also jumping into the pits as well. So Kai's going into the pits from 5th place. So I've got a feeling here, when Peter pits, Mike's going to pit. What do you reckon?
I guess we're going to have to see, innit? Hard to say. I wouldn't.
No, I'd go out and want to put that lap in front.
Yeah.
And do a couple of laps and get that gap in front of me.
Do the undercut. Yep.
Work out where Jeremy's in 19th place. Ollie's coming out the pits.
I'll tell you what though, coming into the pits here is an absolute nightmare. It's like trundling down the Formula 1 pit, right, is one thing. Then you got to turn around that corner and then trundle all the way down the GT pit. And it's like by the time you're done, by the time you get to your pit, you've lost basically half a lap.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
He's looking good here, Mike, if he can go through flat out. I think he's got a good run here. That's looking like a really good run, isn't it?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's going to get him before the end this time.
Which way is he going to go? He's going to go to the inside.
Tell you what, though, that Aston's really pulling, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
He's not done him.
No.
That surprised me, that. I thought he really had the Aston there, but the Aston just seemed to pull.
He didn't get a perfect line through Eau Rouge. He didn't quite get the perfect line. I think he might have had to lift.
So obviously none of our sponsors' cars are running today. Well, Syndeo is, my apologies, Dimitri's running Syndeo. But the PWS guys, Precious Washes and Aqua Green, couldn't race today, unfortunately. But just a bit of a shout out to all three of them. PWS, Aqua Green and Syndeo, our sponsors, proud sponsors. Really happy to have them guys on board, and obviously everyone who donates to keep us going and providing this service to you guys. Also, if you go to the website, there's a little link at the top, which is our merchandise shop. Take a look. There might be something you fancy in there. Depending on where you are, it might take a little bit long to, a little bit of a wait on the delivery, but it's well worth it. I'm proudly wearing my eSeniors t-shirt at the moment, so yeah, good to go with that.
So Daniel has blinked first, and he is pitting.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep an eye on Hugh. And when Hugh pits, we'll chase Danny around the track just to see what's going on. But Johan's walking off into the distance here.
Yeah, well, I think that battle between Hugh and Daniel really slowed them down because Larson is now like 12 seconds ahead, and it was only 5 seconds a couple of laps ago.
So Dimitri has nailed the pits. He's by far the quickest in the pits. By far the quickest.
I thought you meant by saying nailed. I thought you meant crashed.
No, he's nailed the pit stops. No, they're the fastest by some time. There you go. D-Love's coming in now. PJ's now into third place. 32 seconds behind Hugh. And we're just waiting for the pits to just calm everything down now. So Peter David's now past Danny Britos. But I would expect Danny Britos to start moving any second now. He's just come to stationary. So he's got a 30-second wait now while he stops his car. I will say his stop was quite quick there. And was on par with everybody else from a fast pit stop perspective. So let's just see where this takes him. Right, so yeah, let's go on board with Dimitri. Dimitri's pitted. He's running again in the Audi. His lap time's really good, actually. He's coming out looking really fast. So maybe his tyres have come out in a good state. It's a good temperature, should I say, not a good state. He's leading that. Yeah, Larson's looking really good.
Yeah, he's super consistent.
Yeah, Martin Bailey in front of him. We've got a few cars now gaining as a result of the pits. Kai has now passed Mike Dearlove. Kai's already done his pit stop. Kai's now looking at 7th place, and there's a couple of cars in front of him, but I think they're too far ahead. So Kai's looking good for this race. I think he's going to get a pocket full of points.
Yeah, and Hugh is in, so it's going to be interesting to see where he comes out and whether Danny can get ahead.
Yes, we've got Hugh Morris coming into the pits there, and what we'll do is we'll sit on board with Danny, and we'll work out who's going where, when, and how. But this is where has Hugh done enough to push from Danny, or did Danny get the timing right, knowing full well Hugh was struggling on tyres? Let's look at the so Danny's stop in the pits was some 6 seconds down, in my view. So I think Danny's lost a couple of seconds, potentially 3 to 4 seconds in the pits compared to some of the other drivers.
Yeah, possibly more, because he's now 10 seconds adrift of Bruce Hopkins as well.
Yeah, so Bruce Hopkins' pits were 6 seconds quicker than Danny Britos. So I think Danny struggled in the pits there. So let's see how Hugh Morris is going to look in the pits now. So Hugh Morris has stopped. We're just waiting for him to fill his car. And let's see what his total time's going to be. So you can see there he's still got a long way to go, is Danny. I think Danny's pit stops through him a little bit here. I think Kai might take him. I do think Kai.
He's having a go, isn't he?
Yeah. Right. So there we go. He's coming out the pits. It's Hugh. See what Hugh's pit time is. Or his stationary, his pit split is. So Hugh's pit stop. Hugh has done the quickest pit stop of anybody.
Yeah, this is a great view, isn't it? Because we're seeing both of them. We're seeing exactly where they are on track.
Yeah.
And yeah, Hugh's got a couple seconds on him, definitely.
Yeah, but he will gain up here now. Will Danny? He will gain because of the natural speed differential, but he's not going to pull that gap in. But Danny needs to be looking in his mirror.
Yeah, Kai's got a good run. He's going to go look at. He's having a look on the outside, see, and he's getting alongside almost. He's seeing if he can destabilize Danny a little bit. But we know how good Danny is at defending. He's rock solid.
He is, but don't forget his first lap out with his tyres. Kai's been out a little bit longer, so Kai's tyres will be perfectly up to speed. So that will also play into it a little bit as well, I think. That's the only battle on track at the moment. So Bruce Hopkins is 5 seconds clear of Hugh Morris. All the guys, with the exception of Thierry now, I believe, have pitted. PJ, sorry, who's currently leading the race, hasn't pitted. He's got 6 minutes to pit, and he's now in the pits as PJ. So PJ, unless he's put quite a few laps in, I think he's going to come down. He's going to come out probably 9th, 10th, something like that. Could be wrong, but that's what I reckon. Bruce Hopkins is closing in on Johan.
He is, isn't he? He's only 4 seconds behind.
He is. He's closing in. He's reducing that gap. So is Johan having problems with his tyres, and Bruce has just got the car working. Kai's having a good run here. Let's look at that Audi from the behind of Danny's car. See the difference in braking. Definitely attacking his Kai, isn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely. He's very confident.
Look at the difference.
Yeah. See if he can get a better run out of the chicane.
He's definitely gained there, hasn't he? Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What a game.
He's very comfortable. He's very comfortable in that car. Okay, let's see if he can do the over-under here. See what Danny does.
This is great racing by Kai. Yeah, Danny's gone full defence. I think he had to put the brakes on there, did Kai? Has he got the run down the inside? No, he's not.
He doesn't have the run, but all he needs to follow him through Eau Rouge.
And as close as he can to get the toe.
His entry.
Yeah, but he needs to make sure he doesn't actually lose resistance as well. Otherwise, he could be off.
He got a great line through Eau Rouge, but then Danny has got he just got the same one, and he's pulled away. This is interesting.
So Marco's now hunting down Peter David. In fact, I'm going to jump a little bit further back. Kev Forrest is hunting down Richard McKay coming into the bus stop. Kev's just cut the curb there a little bit. This is some great racing. Got a couple of little battles going on. Kev's giving Richard a cracking run there. Richard in the Porsche, Kev obviously in the BMW. They're having a great little battle. Yeah, I think Danny's tyres have just started to come back to him. Do you reckon?
It's so hard to say. I mean, I think Danny's now, he's got the bit between his teeth now, and he's settled down. So they're just very, very evenly matched, aren't they? It's just a matter of who makes a mistake. I mean, if I had to put money on both of them, or one or the other, I'd put it on Danny to keep that 4th place.
Yeah,
what do you reckon? $5? $5 on him?
What's the book?
It's about what, £6.50 or something? No, it's about £4.
Yeah, and Johan's just on the fastest lap with a 2:20.5. Johan's now showing his show of strength against Bruce. He's now pulled away from Bruce a little bit. Hugh's not making any headway into Bruce at all, and Danny's making no headway into.
He just made a mistake.
He
actually just made a mistake into the bus stop, and now
Kai's down back on him again.
Is right now on his arse. Come on, let's go.
Oh, he's still got good power, that Macca, though, hasn't it? Look at it pull away.
Yeah.
The traction's much better on the McLaren. Kai's going to be swearing after this. He's going to be saying, shower time, shower time. Oh, Kai's got a good run this time.
Yeah.
Kai's got a cracking run this time. It looked to me like Kai's thinking, no, I'm keeping it planted. I'm not giving up.
But look at the McLaren go.
I know.
He's not really making a whole lot of... Well, he's in the tow, but he's not really making a whole lot of headway, is he? He's coming up alongside, but no, it's not enough.
19 minutes to go. Brilliant racing, this. Let's switch to Marco, because Marco's putting pressure on. In fact, Marco's just lost the position to Aaron. Just watching that transcribe. Jeremy's just gone off. He's running again. Jeremy's pit stop was quick as well, actually. Kev Forrest is still putting pressure on McKay, but he's really struggling. And McKay's now putting pressure on Colombe. So let's have a look at this one. So there's a couple of little battles going on track, and they're just to-ing and fro-ing a little bit. So Marco's also putting pressure on Aaron. Well, that's what it's telling me. No, he's managed to pass him. That's why we can't see that. So we'll go to Kev. Kev's looking... Oh, braking late there. Kev's managed to pass Richard. And Kev is now hunting down Richard Columbus. He's just passed Richard McKay. Richard McKay's looking to claim it back. Let's go to the helicam on that one. We'll go to the TV camera view. Just so you can see the cars and how close proximity they are to each other. Oh, Andy's joined the chat now. Andy, hi Andy. Bit of a shame there.
Guy's going to give it another go down pit straight.
He is. And I think we've got Thierry's the last of the cars to pit there. Yeah, Thierry's definitely the last of the cars to pit, and he's doing it on his last lap, on his last minute as well. He's got a good run there. He seemed to get a better drive.
But, you know, you can't make it stick, though, going down into Eau Rouge. You just can't. You can't put your nose in there. You just can't.
He's in the dirty air, isn't he? Oh, that's a much better angle, that.
Yep.
But again, that McLaren's just pulling. Danny knows where to put his car, doesn't he?
I think Kai's riding a lot of wing.
Yeah.
And Danny just isn't. So he can get the run. Oh,
he's made a mistake. He's put pressure. And he's lost 2 places because Ambro is now putting pressure on Kai. So he's been sat there waiting for this battle, Andrew. And he's now there saying, I'm here, guys.
Right, your $5 is in the post, mate.
Ollie's putting pressure on Aaron now. I think we're going to see Kai just pull away a little bit now. Ollie's just managed to pass Aaron. And Ollie's having a good run today. He's in 14th place, so he's cut the corner a little bit though. Wants to make sure he just keeps the balance. Ollie's much quicker. You can see it quite clearly there. Danny's dropping off now a little bit. I don't know whether he's. I don't know whether his new tyres have come out. The set, you know, he's got the settings on his new tyres the same as his instant, as his first stint. Because he's just not gaining on the other McLaren anymore. And you can see there that
he doesn't have the speed anymore, does he?
No, he doesn't. Yeah, it's kind of calmed down now. The rest of the pack. Still got 30 runners on track, and you can see from the track map there's a good spread of cars. I mean, there's a couple of cars. I think, is it Martin Bailey's looking to pass a back marker? Yeah, so Martin's just passed a back marker there. A few others. Car 98, I think, is also amongst traffic.
You know, Andrew Ambrose is actually looking really, really handy behind Kai right now.
Yeah. Joe Reen's just gone wide. He's just gone off track a second.
He's got a nice run going up the Kemmel Straight. Not quite enough, but the potential
he's gaining.
is there.
He's gaining.
Sure, yeah.
Under braking anyway.
He's going a little bit wide.
Yeah, very deep under braking.
This set of corners, Les Combes, is very, very difficult because if you overcook that left-hander, then you completely compromise this right-hander that goes onto this straight. And I see that so often.
Got a gaggle of cars.
Really do. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just saying, I've got a gaggle of cars, but Robert's spitting them, and Robert's the back marker.
Well, you know, Robert doesn't drive with any mirrors, so it'll get spicy. That's
yeah,
for
but
sure.
He's a back marker, so he should be adhering to the blue flags that are being waved. And you can see Dimitri's quite clearly racing PJ in front of him, and then Mike Dieloff's coming up behind him at a ton of knots as well. Yeah, That's 4 blue flags he's been waved. 5 blue flags. 6 blue flags.
Well, he might be colourblind as well, mate.
7 blue flags. He's just pulled away a little bit there. He's now under pressure from Mike Deal of his Dimitri.
He's waving at the flag marshals.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? Waving his 2 fingers.
Yeah. So now Danny has picked up speed again, and he's right behind.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Can't work this out, can you? What's going on here?
I don't know. I mean, I think maybe they're just taking a breather, and you know.
I mean, look at that. They're closed in on Kai there as well.
Getting their heart rates down, you know.
Yeah, they've got the little alarms going off on the watches, aren't they? Beep, 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 beep.
Bring the blood pressure down a little bit. Get the wife to wipe the sweat off the forehead, and then get head down and keep on going.
Yeah, and then just like that, it all just eases off again. There's gaps everywhere. We've got 29 cars on track. Car number 33. Over Andy Goddard sat in the pits. He's obviously claiming his position just for the points. Sensible. I don't know he's in the chat. Oh, Willie's in the stream. Hi, Willie. If I've not already seen you, and I've not, it's not deliberate. I've not seen you. It's I've tried to keep up with everything. Yeah, so much for the 3-corner rule. Marco's putting pressure on Peter, so we'll go to that battle. Marco, who did actually get pole, didn't he?
Yeah, he's lost
lots of places here. He's
spaces,
in 13th. Kev Forrest is putting pressure on Aaron. He's going to get him up here. He looked much quicker against the Bentley.
Yeah, that's way off.
Yeah, I don't. He's not making the pass though. He's trying it. He's not pulling it off though. No, unbelievable. Oh, that Bentley's drifted very wide though. Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it. Aaron's lost it. That's one less for Kev to worry about. Marco's still putting pressure on Peter. Peter's currently in 12th place. We have 11 minutes to go. And
yeah, a lot of overdriving there from Aaron.
Yeah.
You know, clearly like just braking way too deep to the point where he just couldn't turn it, and he had a pendulum effect on a few corners.
I think that's where he was racing his mirrors rather than racing himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marco's really putting pressure. Dimitri's gone off. Mike Deal has just passed Dimitri. Dimitri did go wide. There's no contact shown. So Marco will be gutted after such a great qualifying run. And Johan Larsson's lap 220.0. There you go. He's
that's amazing. That's Group 1 stuff right there.
Well, we've already said it's getting to the point where I think the likes of Johan, who's walking away with it, do we ballast him because it's so obvious he's a Group 1 racer, and you know it's unfair on the drivers because he is so far ahead. He's a second quicker than anybody else. So to me, that's ballast. So that's something I've already spoke to Jeremy about, putting ballast on some of the guys, because we can't drop him a group now. It's not fair to drop him because obviously all bets are off then. But I think we're going to have to start thinking about ballast.
So when it comes to ballast, for those of us who don't know how much time like a kilo is going to take from you, so I mean that's the question. So how much ballast would you put in to Mr. Larsson's car, for example, to get him back to, the same level of competitiveness as the rest of the field?
I mean, I've played with this a while ago. I did it at Bathurst, just trying to understand the effect ballast has on the cars, and I think it transpires that he could be looking at a penalty of over 100 kilos of ballast just to bring the car back down to the same performance as everyone else. Because he's that far ahead.
100 kilos.
Yeah. I think when I played with it, I tried 50 kilos and it was only affecting it by 0.3 of a second. It was that limited. So when they've been doing these bops on the cars and saying 10 plus 10 kilos on the BMW, I was just thinking it's a couple of bottles of water in the car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It ain't going to impact the cars. That, you know, to affect these cars, I know they've already had bops previously of 45 kilos and stuff, but to me, I think we'd be either putting a 90% power on him, which means he loses 10% of his power, and we could work that out based on the lap differences. You know, is it 10%? Is he 10% faster? Or we could apply ballast. The problem is with ballast. The ballast is an unfair way of doing it because it impacts the car, as in its movement on the track. Whereas if you do a power shunt in effect and reduce power, that's consistent across the board then. So, you know, whether the weight of the car with fuel is affected or not, the power's down anyway. So you could turn around and say, well, we might give him a 95% power shunt, which means he's down on 5% of power. Hi, Chris. Welcome to the stream.
It's hard to say what the fair, you know, penalty should be. Very difficult. But, you know, only a few laps ago, I would say like 5 or 6 laps ago, you know, Bruce was like 3 seconds behind, and now, you know, it's stretched out to 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So clearly there's, you know, a big differential between not the guy in first place and everybody else.
Yeah.
As we saw in Hungary, you know, where he actually got a 15-second penalty right at the beginning and was able to eke it out to over 20 seconds at the end of the race, and it could have been a lot more as well.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. The ballast unfairly hinders you because it affects the tyres as well. So the more ballast you have, you pay the penalty longer. You know, and the penalty's more severe as the race goes on. With a power reduction in effect, as I said, it means that you're going to lose like 1 mile an hour on the straight, and that 1 mile an hour could be the difference. And as Don says, we could take off his racing slippers. and there's a few now saying we could do it to Chris Bourne. Just give him a power shunt, man. I don't think it'll matter with Chris. I was watching Chris race with on a stream the other day with a very well-known esports team with some really fast guys. And when I mean these guys were fast, the speed they were getting out of some of the cars, you're like, how the hell are they doing that? But I will say, you know, when you talk gentleman racing, us compared to them, I mean, we're in another league from a gentleman's perspective. These guys they would force you, they would hit you to gain. It was quite something else. You still there, Jono?
Yeah, I am. I'm sorry, mate. Yeah, no, I'm very quiet. Right? My wife is texting me. So yeah, I mean, it's the bottom line is we're here to have fun, right? And
yeah,
you know, we've had a lot of talk about stewarding and penalties and stuff, and we've forgotten the fact that, you know, this is supposed to be fun, and we're supposed to be basing this racing on gentlemanly racing, you know, and it's as soon as it starts to get outside the realms of being gentlemanly, that's when a steward has to kind of step in.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a tough one, but, you know, driving against Chris Bourne, you know, like the other day in the wet race, I think it was at Brands, you know, I led like the first 6 or 7 laps, and he was like as close to me, as close behind me as you could possibly be without hitting me in the rain, right? Yeah. And I was out in front, so I could see perfectly. But you know, we had an amazing race. He got past me eventually, and then I was behind him. I couldn't see a thing. So like, the guy's skill with this game is just like it's fantastic. So I say give him a 10-second penalty for every single race he starts.
Now, Chris is just saying in the chat. I was talking about the race he was in. He's just said they were dangerous and reckless, and to me, Chris, when I was watching that wasn't racing, that wasn't fair, you know. So I think from that perspective, yeah, they were fast. I mean, you're quick, mate, but bloody hell, these guys were shifting. And what got me was, you know, when you get behind Chris Bourne and he disappears on the straights, they were getting behind. You know, you could see Chris in the distance, and by the end of the straight, they caught him, and you're like, how are they so quick? Because in effect, they're in the same car as you. You're like, I don't understand how they could be so quick. So we've got a nice little battle here. We've got Marco is still trying to hunt Dimitri down. I'm going to shift forward though, because Danny's back on Ambrose, and Mike Dealove is putting pressure on PJ here as well in the other little window. So that's why that window's there. Mike Dealove in the car behind the BMW is chasing down the Porsche.
Yeah, the thing about Chris is the fact that he's just really good at in any car. You know, he's sometimes he's unbeatable, sometimes he's not. You know, but more often than not, he is unbeatable, and he's just on a completely different level. It's brilliant. It's brilliant to watch. But you know, there are times, and I'm sure you know, Mark, you've been there as well. You know, you put in a good lap, and you know, Chris, he's sitting in the pits, right? And it comes to the end of qualifying, he's still not made a lap, and then he finally comes out of pits, and he does one lap, and boom,
yeah,
he's on pole position.
Yeah, there's your bonfire.
It's like,
yeah.
It's like it's so soul destroying, Chris. You ruin it for us, you bugger. No, I'm just kidding. We love you. It's a privilege to race with you.
Just commented on so that Willie put in the chat. PJ has made up 20 places.
Yeah,
20
P9.
places.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's a hell of a run. That it's fair to say.
So we've got 3 minutes left. We've got another 2 laps. And it's pretty spread out now, isn't it? We've got Daniel is behind Andrew by a second. Andrew is like 2 seconds behind Kai. We've got Michael very, very close behind Dimitri for 11th. He's not far behind Mike Dearlove either, so there's a trio right there.
Robert's finally given up on the blue flags there. He's let the cars go. Robert was I think was getting blue flagged for fun, as he has been doing. Yeah. Oh, Marco's going to get Dimitri up the inside. So let me go back to that one. My apologies. So Marco's been putting pressure on Dimitri. He's now managed to pass it, and Peter's now behind Robert. And Mike Dealove's binned it. Oh, he wants to get that going. That's right in the middle of the track. Oh.
And Ollie is pitted. He's now back down in 17th place. He's 19th now.
Yeah, he must have had a problem. Yeah, there's Mike Dealove now. He's being passed by Marco. They're not going to make it. Oh. Bit of a plug here now. He's holding up the traffic, isn't he, Mike? They've all managed to catch him. But as that spin baked his tyres.
He's got a little trolley train running behind him now.
He has, yeah. This is for position, so no problem so far. Robert's still holding up. I think Robert is holding up. Oh, Peter's holding up Melvin, I think. I'm not too sure. There's blue flags being waved, but I'm not too sure who they're for, to be honest. And Mike Dealove's not close enough to Jeremy to get the flags. Oh no, he's standing there with his flag down. He's doing a good job there. He's keeping his flag down. Less than a minute to go. Now blue flags again, so they must be for... I don't know who they're for, the blue flags. As Peter David has gained on them. Yeah, Peter David on Robert. So Robert's getting blue flagged again as Peter gains on him. So I'm just going to go and watch this. Where's Peter? Robert's getting shown a lot of flags here, and these guys are racing for position. So really should be easy enough and letting the guy go, especially on the straight here. He shouldn't be fighting on the straight. Let's see what he does here. But Peter's got a good run. Peter's going to pass him quite easily there. Yeah, he's letting him go. And you can see the car went wide just in front. I'm trying to work out how that is.
Here he goes over the finish line. He's weaving back and forth. He's going to take the checkered flag. Great win, mate. Great win.
Yeah, so that's first place is car 84. Second place is car 60. Third place is car 211. Yeah, second place Bruce Hughes coming over for third. go. There's the first 3 places. There's our
I guess
leaderboard.
the big question is who is going to post a replay of the first lap crash first.
I'm just on board at the moment with... Oh, Marco's gone off. As he was trying to catch Dearlove, he's lost out to Dimitri. And Rayner and Aaron have had to come together. Peter's done a fantastic coming into 6th place. There's Peter. He's kept out of trouble and he's just got on with it, Peter. As of a few, Danny finished 6th in the end. Peter coming in 7th. Martin Bailey is going to make it 8th. So he's had a clean race as well. Good result after all that. PJ coming round in the Porsche. And Mike Dearlove coming round for the final top 10 position. That's a great result for Mike, that. And Dimitri holding on to 11th. Marco just losing it towards the end there. Peter's had a great run there. Kev Forrest coming over. Richard McKay coming over in the other Porsche. Richard Caloom coming over. Aaron Sharon coming down the towards the bus stop, so everyone's coming to a halt now. And then Rayner behind him. They had a bit of a contact early on. And that is it. That is all cars classified as finished. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Wood. It's been a pleasure having you with me again.
Yeah, thanks for having me. We'll see you again. Well, I'll see you tomorrow on track, mate.
On track, mate, absolutely, and in the chat. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Bye, all.